What you're going to need to do is cut out 4 pieces of cardboard. These are 4 inches by 6 inches. So you need 4 of them. Now, why am I showing you 3 here? It's because I've already done a treatment with 1 of them. And you're going to need some black construction paper. What we're going to do is we're going to take the 4 pieces of cardboard. You need 4 pieces of the black, including this piece here, which I've already prepared. And you're just going to glue the black onto one side of the cardboard. Now, another option is you could possibly use a vertical facial tissue box. So if you just take this apart, cut out panels and line the inside, as well as I guess you could actually take a marker and just mark it and then color the inside black. Or of course, if you have poster paints, that works for this as well as for these pieces of cardboard. So we're gonna turn these black on one side by gluing the panels on. If you're following along with me, you should have 4 pieces of cardboard with black on one side. One square or rectangle gets special treatment. As you'll notice here, I've cut out diagonal slots here. What you want to do is have one of these sections where the spectator can actually see through the panel. And this will form the front panel. Now you have your 3 pieces of cardboard with black on one side. You have your special one that's cut out with black on the inside. Now we're going to make a tube, so you're going to need some tape. Just remember that the black side always goes inside, and each panel is going to form part of this tube that we're making. At this point, we're not worried about the outside. I'll show you what we're going to do there. Three sides of a tube. Now for the front. I've taped 4 of the squares together, all 4. I'm going to use, at this point we're just decorating this, so I'm going to use wrapping paper here. So I'm going to just spread some glue onto these panels, and I'm going to stick the wrapping paper on, and then I'm going to trim it off. Remember, your black side is on the inside and your wrapping paper goes on the outside. So, after gluing these, I'm now going to trim it. Well, now you've wrapped your 4 panels with some wrapping paper, decorated any way you wish. Remember, black is on the inside, and you have your slots here. Now, we're just going to tape this together, forming a tube. There you have it. Part 1 of your trick. Part 2, you're gonna need a bright piece of paper. You could use white, or the main thing is you don't want to use black or dark color, something that really contrasts, because you're gonna want this to be seen inside of here. Now, you're gonna cut this piece of paper to the height of your box. So in this case, I use 6 inches. And now we're going to just use some tape and form a cylinder. Now, the only real requirement for this cylinder is that it has to easily fit inside of the box. So just kind of measure it, make sure it's easy to fit and easy to grab. Part 2, cylinder, a tube, and you put the cylinder into the tube. And you're just about ready. You have one more thing you have to do. You're gonna need one more sheet of black paper. Now this black paper will be maybe an inch shorter, so this one's 5 inches tall. And you're going to make this into a cylinder. The only real requirement is this cylinder has to easily fit inside of the other cylinder right here. So this one's going to be smaller. And just make sure it easily fits. You've put together your problem. So you have a black tube, brighter tube. Black tube goes into the orange or the brighter tube, and you have a lid. The secret is, inside of the black tube is where you load whatever it is you want to produce. Now, for the example here, I'm just going to produce a silk handkerchief. Nice bright green so you can easily see it. You can pretty much produce whatever you can fit into this tube. So, I'm loading in a handkerchief into the tube right there, so as you can see. This is before everybody comes over to watch your show. You put the bright one over that, and you put the tube over everything. And now, you're ready to perform the trick. Here's how it looks. You show your box sitting on a table. You bring it up, you show there's nothing here. You take out this tube, and there's nothing there. And finally, you just snap your finger, wave your hand, whatever you want to do, and you reach inside and pull out whatever it is you want to produce. You can remove this one and show it empty, but when you pull this one out, what spectators don't know is there's still another tube under here, hiding something. And you can see, now you can see why we had the slots cut in the front. So, first of all, you leave the tube in, you show this empty, you show this empty, and then whatever's inside of the black tube is what you produce. Now, of course, you can make this box a lot bigger and produce, say, a stuffed animal. So this trick is only limited by whatever it is you want to produce. And so there's a lot of variations. And so I think you're gonna have fun with it. Just remember one thing is that you want a low angle, because if you perform the trick like this, people might see the black tube inside.